adrenaline junkies? Welcome to Police Chase. Today we're kicking off a brand new series, When People Messed with the Wrong Cops, where every dumb move instantly triggers justice mode. Alright, let's dive in. May 11th, 2025, Southwest Florida. Ebola went out. A black Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross just carjacked by two armed blonde females near Bell Boulevard. Last seen toward the far 75. Minutes later, a trooper stage near mile marker 100 spotted a match. Tag confirmed. Lights came on. The driver didn't slow, she ran. The Mitsubishi exploded eastbound, weaving through traffic at speeds up to 130 miles per hour, riding the shoulder, tailgating, forcing cars to brake hard to avoid impact.
Fort Myers, all units, 1031 southbound, on marker 90. 29, almost 80, slipping over the exit or keep going. Vehicle southbound, did not exit. Yeah, it's simple.
The pursuit tightened as units set up ahead. Near mile marker 79, stop sticks waited, but the driver swerved left, lost control, and slammed into the cable barrier. The SUV scraped along it before stopping, partially blocking the lane. Doors open. Both suspects complied to commands and were taken into custody. Driver Stacy Rebecca Leah, passenger Prior Miranda Lee. EMS airlifted both to Gulf Coast Medical Center. Backtracking the route revealed what had been tossed mid-flight. A loaded .32 Smith & Wesson revolver recovered near mile marker 90. The stolen vehicle was impounded, the weapon secured as evidence, ending a high-speed escape that unraveled under pressure. June 25th, 2025, Miami-Dade County, Florida. Working alongside HSI, a trooper spotted a gray Toyota RAV4 on Northwest 87th Avenue. Driver unbelted, fumbling to pull it across his chest. At the light near SR 836, the vehicle turned onto the on-ramp. Lights came on. For a moment, it stopped. Then it ran. The RAV4 surged east, diving toward the southbound ramp of SR 826. The call went out. Pursuit, closing in.
He took off, he took off!
That was our somebody station from the north. Somebody from the north is chasing into the south.
Pit!
Trooper set up and struck. The pit snapped the SUV clockwise into an RV, then backed the other way into a concrete barrier. Another hit to the passenger side shut down any escape. But the driver bailed out the window, over the barrier, sprinting into live northbound lanes. A taser deployment missed. Seconds later, HSI agents closed the gap and took him down. Identified as Nelson Jose Gomez Leon, he was transported for medical clearance, then booked into TGK, ending a brief stop that exploded into a violent pursuit and a desperate run across a highway. December 30th, 2025, Lee County, Florida. A Florida Highway Patrol trooper locked onto a stolen 1999 Mercedes-Benz SL class, reported out of New York and tied to a wanted burglary suspect. Near Coconut Point Mall, lights came on. The driver, Bradley Daniel Roberts, didn't slow. He surged forward and ran. The chase exploded through busy roads. Roberts blasted the wrong way through traffic circles, pushed speeds to nearly 127 miles per hour in a 45 zone, and cut through vehicles with no regard for anyone in his path. Troopers closed in, one pit then another, each attempt tightening the net. The final hit stuck. The Mercedes broke loose, spun, and died. Doors flew open, both occupants bolted. It turned into a foot race, but it didn't last. Officers caught them within moments.
What are we doing with him to get medically treated?
Yeah.
So, is he gonna get transferred by patrol car?
Yeah.
With his son?
The son is going by ambulance.
Son went by ambulance.
Yeah, Vandemar's riding with me because he's being aggressive. So EMS is gonna give Vandemar a ride back. So take him to the patrol car.
Okay, then Vandemar will take him to over there.
Inside the stolen car, more than 6 pounds of marijuana, cocaine residue, drug gear, ammunition, and 2 stolen firearms. Roberts, a convicted felon with an active New York burglary warrant, now faces a stack of felony charges. The juvenile passenger was taken in as well, ending a runaway chase with a crash, a sprint, and a decisive capture.
That depends on how this goes, huh?
But from here on, walk straight. You still have time.
December 5th, 2025, Lakeland, Florida. Just after 11:30 a.m., dispatch alerted units to a gold Chevy Malibu that had fled Polk County deputies. An air unit tracked it until troopers arrived. At Lakeland Hills Boulevard and I-4, the Malibu appeared, racing south, then clocked at 91 in a 45 on Socrum Loop.
Yo, he's brake checking me. He's brake checking me. Let's try to pin him right now.
Lights and sirens, no compliance. The driver, Dress XTEL Eugene Robinson, sped north, taunting, while passenger Ella Sky Turbin gestured from the window. The chase spilled onto I-4, narrowly missing traffic on the ramp.
Into the interstate. He's going back to Circle. Ram the 50 on Circle Loop Road going back under I-4. He's now under I-4 on Circle Loop, opposite lane of travel. That's down East Robson Street, passing him on the sidewalk.
Contact broke, then a call. Another trooper spotted it on Robson Road and struck the vehicle. This time, it ended. Both suspects were handcuffed without incident.
At the Circle K at... What's your problem? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, we're gonna need you.
A search found 2.1 grams of fentanyl on the passenger, along with paraphernalia. Robinson was taken for medical clearance and confirmed to have an active felony warrant from Hillsborough County. Turbin was booked into Polk County Jail, ending a reckless run with a coordinated arrest.
Got something in his right hand.
Hands in the air!
On November 15, 2018, while patrolling evacuation areas due to the campfire disaster, a Butte County Sheriff's deputy received a tip about a suspicious individual who had parked for several days in the parking lot of Pines Yankee Hill Hardware.
Show us your hands, GD. Show us your hands.
Copy, just started the car.
Upon investigation, the officer suspected the individual was G.D. Hendricks, 48, a wanted man in a double murder case and evading probation. When officers approached to apprehend him, Hendricks suddenly sped away, crashing into several other vehicles before plunging onto Highway 70.
He's headed out towards Highway 70. We're slowing down.
Speed ready, buddy. 75, you're not getting out. 17, I copy, he's slowing down.
He's lost control. He's trying.
A high-speed chase immediately ensued involving multiple units. After approximately 8 miles, officers successfully punctured Hendricks' tires, forcing him to stop.
Multiple units. S3 below 10 to 70, slowing to 10, 17 code.
County 7 we slowed down to about 5 miles an hour. He's still going. County 7 has left arm out the window. He just flipped it up.
Definitely left arm out the window and flipped out.
Show me your hands! Get your hands up! Show me your hands now!
Show me your hand.
Hey, there is a pit bull in that car.
Dee, put your hands up. Put your hands
Show us your hands, DD! Hands!
However, upon exiting the vehicle, Hendricks feigned a gun, prompting 5 officers to open fire. He died at the scene from gunshot wounds. In the ensuing chaos, K9 Bandit of the Sutter County Sheriff's Department was also killed in the line of duty. A pit bull from Hendricks' vehicle attacked Bandit and was subsequently shot dead by police. The incident ended tragically, reflecting the dangerous and unpredictable nature of crime-fighting operations.
God damn it. You guys see a keyhole? I don't. What do you need? Clear. Who are our shooters?
Stand by on that. We need. Give me some gloves. We need to.
Yeah. Leaving the shooters and the cop.
It's closed.
At approximately 11:30 p.m. on August 5th, 2023 on Roosevelt Island, New York, NYPD officers responded to multiple 911 calls about a 21-year-old man threatening family members with a knife at 540 Main Street. Callers reported he was off his medication and had used marijuana. As officers arrived, 3 entered an elevator while others prepared the lobby for backup.
Huh? Oh. I thought you said you were sweating.
Funny enough, the NYPD doesn't have sweat. Silly.
Suddenly, the suspect emerged from another elevator and rushed an officer, swinging the knife at close range and forcing him to retreat. He then turned and charged toward the elevator with 3 officers, escalating the danger in the confined space. As the distance closed, 1 officer deployed a taser, while 2 others fired multiple shots at close range, stopping the suspect just outside the elevator. The suspect was shot dead right in front of the elevator door, ending the dangerous situation in a few tense seconds.
Drop to the...
On the morning of April 21st, 2025, just before 10 a.m., 2 armed suspects stormed a bank in Concord and committed a daring robbery. As they left the scene, they were quickly spotted by police, forcing them to flee, triggering a tense chase south along Interstate 680.
Hey, Mary, sorry, I got him. He's trying to carjack someone. Hey! Let me see your hand!
In heavy traffic in Sunol, the suspect's vehicle was disabled, but they didn't stop. They continued to steal cars from civilians with their guns to continue their escape. The chase continued to San Jose, where the stolen vehicle crashed and came to a complete stop.
Coming up over the freeway on Mulberry. Making a right turn on Mulberry Road. And myself and a couple. Wrong side of the road. Wrong side of the road. Okay. Just TC'd with somebody right in front of 880. Suspect is 2 suspects running.
The 2 suspects fled on foot, splitting up to escape. One of them, Cruz Vargas, was running while wielding a fully automatic rifle with a large magazine, attempting to steal more cars.
Timothy and Mulberry. The other one is in a gray, all gray, with the firearm. Both have firearms.
I'm put down black shirt wearing a black handgun running down Timothy. There's 2 males.
He's got a firearm with him.
Location, are they running on?
Stand by, stand by. 999.
Is that the address?
Mulberry. Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground! He's got a gun with a drum on it.
Faced with this dangerous threat, an officer was forced to open fire, striking Vargas and subduing him on the spot before transporting him to the hospital. The remaining suspect, Elijah Phillips, was arrested shortly afterward with the stolen money still in his possession. Investigations revealed that both had prior convictions, with Vargas being on conditional release for a previous carjacking offense.
Shots fired, shots fired. 1 suspect being taken into custody. I'll give you an address in a little bit.
Give me your other arm!
I got 1 outstanding suspect at the last location I gave you.
A dangerous high-speed pursuit unfolded in Polk County when Brian Shoemaker, driving a black Buick, refused to stop for deputies. Instead of pulling over, he accelerated, sparking a tense chase across multiple roadways. The situation quickly spiraled as Shoemaker drove the wrong way down streets, narrowly avoided several collisions, and put numerous motorists in danger. With the risk to public safety escalating, deputies decided to execute a pit maneuver to bring the pursuit to an end. The vehicle spun out after the maneuver, but the incident was not over. Shoemaker jumped out and attempted to flee on foot, only to fall in front of a patrol car. He was taken into custody moments later. Shoemaker was ultimately sentenced to 240 days in jail and faced multiple charges, including high-speed fleeing, resisting arrest, driving with a suspended or revoked license, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. September 7th, 2025, Turner County, Georgia. A routine speeding stop quickly escalated into a dangerous chase, exposing more serious crimes. Officers attempted to stop Javante Laquan Davis, 28, of Columbus, Ohio, but he refused and fled in his car with his children. During the chase, Davis drove recklessly, made unsafe lane changes, and assaulted an officer while intoxicated and driving with a suspended license. Police identified him as a fugitive wanted in Ohio for aggravated armed robbery. Seeing the situation was unfavorable, officers used a first unsuccessful pit maneuver attempt, but a second attempt succeeded in stopping the vehicle and leading to his arrest. Davis was charged in Georgia with fleeing the scene, aggravated assault on an officer, 2 counts of child abuse, reckless driving, speeding, improper lane changes, driving with a suspended license, and driving under the influence of alcohol.
Can you get in that number 20? Please, now we get in that location. Please, now, theater, we get that location. Team 4, what's your 20? County Thunder 6, you provided 20. And your 6.5, Northbound County. Clear 86.
He was sentenced to 8 years in prison, scheduled for release on June 20th, 2030, and will then be extradited to Ohio to face additional charges carrying a potential sentence of 6 to 14 years. Rescue teams checked on the children and their mother, and no injuries were reported. The incident began on a quiet inner-city street when an unmarked Michigan State Police MSP vehicle attempted to stop a black Ford Edge. Initially, the driver appeared to comply, but suddenly accelerated, swerved sharply, and a chase ensued.
Your reason. Westbound Oakdale, turn up.
Westbound Oakdale, approaching Eastern.
Southbound Eastern.
The suspect drove recklessly through narrow streets, ran red lights, ignored stop signs, and weaved through traffic while officers maintained a safe distance. During the chase, the SUV struck at least one silver sedan. It then mounted sidewalks and median barriers to overtake other vehicles, causing significant damage as sparks and flames from the rear wheel rim scraped against the pavement. Despite this, the driver continued to flee.
28, suspect still southbound. So they're still southbound, and they're setting up for a westbound shot. Westbound on 32nd. From Eastern. Looks like he lost a clear out the passenger side. Westbound on Eastern, passing Union, speeds of 70.
Clear right?
Yeah. How did that mean that? Westbound 32nd, is it?
Westbound 32nd.
Through Madison, still westbound. Trooper, they're going to start calling it out. Still,
The pursuit ended near a gas station when the SUV lost control and crashed into another vehicle. The occupants then fled on foot into a residential area. An officer pursued and apprehended a suspect wearing a black hoodie, while another suspect escaped north.
southbound on Division.
Stop! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! On the ground! On the ground! Hands behind your back! Too slow, my man. One's running right there, right there, right there! Northbound, northbound, go for it. Northbound! You guys good here? Yeah, we're good.
The suspect appeared exhausted and injured. Officers subdued him, searched his belongings, and placed him in a patrol car while coordinating emergency medical assistance. The dangerous pursuit carried significant risks, but police ultimately concluded it with one suspect apprehended.
You put my mask off for me?
On January 25th, 2024, at approximately 15:23 hours, officers received a stolen vehicle alert for a New Jersey license plate V90SJT. The vehicle's last known location was near Camp Creek Marketplace and Commerce Drive. A beige Chevrolet Malibu matching the description was observed traveling on Commerce Drive. When officers attempted to follow, the vehicle entered a private parking lot and then fled, initiating a pursuit.
Club 1080.
During the pursuit, the driver operated the vehicle recklessly through multiple roadways and parking lots, including Camp Creek Marketplace, Shelby Lane, the Lowe's parking lot, Commerce Drive, and Camp Creek Parkway, disregarding traffic control devices.
We're over here by Target and the Marketplace. Stand by. We almost lost it.
What's your location?
Shelby Lane coming up to Lowe's off of Washington Road.
The vehicle continued southbound on Interstate 285 and exited at Camp Creek Parkway. Near Washington Road, the driver lost control and drove over a raised median but continued traveling.
We got my Washington Road. Flat tires, big flat tires. Look at it, and look at what's wrong.
A pit maneuver was executed, causing the vehicle to rotate and become disabled. The driver exited and fled on foot after a brief foot pursuit and taser deployment. The suspect was successfully apprehended. The individual was identified as Marco Davis, Tarek Beasley, whose driver's license was canceled and who had multiple outstanding warrants in Fulton County and Clayton County after confirmation of the warrants.
Yep, I got you right now. Yep. Go get your money, man. I'll put it back in your pocket. Hold on. Now keep going. That's your rent. Yep. Please get some water. Got it. Yep. You'll be fine. Please let me get some water. Please, y'all.
On January 31st, 2026, at approximately 11:22 p.m., state troopers initiated a pursuit of a white Dodge Durango with a temporary tag on I-30, reaching speeds over 120 miles per hour. After one patrol unit crashed during the chase, another trooper took over and tracked the suspect toward Highway 161.
He's braking. Stay by. Get him, 23. Just got a TVI, failed TVI. I did make contact with the vehicle.
At the intersection of Highway 161 and Trammell, the vehicle suddenly sped past, triggering a second pursuit.
440 west, stand by. You might go 40 west.
The driver raced between 100 and 130 miles per hour across multiple highways, swerving between lanes and braking abruptly to evade officers.
Hurry up. TVI.
TVI. Right before Proto, 40 westbound.
After one failed tactical vehicle intervention, TVI, a final maneuver on I-40 successfully brought the chase to an end.
Show me your fucking hands! Get your hands up now! Do it now!
Who was driving, cuz?
I know.
The driver, Nellie Alamon, was arrested, while 3 passengers were later released. Authorities said she showed signs of intoxication and now faces multiple serious charges, including felony fleeing and driving while intoxicated.
Wait, you're pressing down.
Hey, roll over.
Oh, my heart. Wait, I have it. Wait. I have problems, bro. Hold on, you can't do that to me,
Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. On June 28, 2025, a Pleasant Prairie officer attempted to stop a vehicle for a stop sign violation. The driver refused to yield and immediately fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit that reached speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour and continued across the state line into Illinois. Multiple law enforcement agencies assisted in the chase, working to contain the dangerous situation and protect the public.
209, we're in Illinois. I'm gonna box him in again up here. I'm in front of him. Let's see if we can get him, guys. Contact.
Throughout the pursuit, officers made several attempts to deploy spike strips to stop the vehicle. While the first 2 attempts failed, a final deployment successfully disabled the vehicle, bringing the chase to a safe conclusion. During the pursuit, the fleeing driver collided with multiple squad cars, but no officers were seriously injured.
209 stopped here.
This is the Pleasant Prairie Police. All occupants of the Honda Civic, you are under arrest. You disobey our commands, the police dogs will bite you. Do you understand?
Once the driver was taken into custody, authorities discovered cocaine and drug paraphernalia inside the vehicle. The suspect was charged with felony fleeing, eluding, 5 counts of first-degree reckless endangering safety, hit and run, OWI, possession of cocaine, and several other municipal violations. The coordinated efforts of Pleasant Prairie officers and assisting agencies ensured the suspect was apprehended without further incident.
You're under arrest. 32 in the car.
Yes, sir.
A 17-year-old teenager was arrested after leading police on a tense pursuit that lasted several minutes on Sunday night.
Southern Road, back crash out.
Just before 7 p.m., officers patrolling near the intersection of Southwest 15th Street and South Harvey Avenue spotted a gray Chevrolet pickup truck without tag lights. When police attempted to initiate a traffic stop, the teenage driver suddenly sped away.
Southwest 32nd.
You make over to Interstate?
Nope, he's back on the road right now. About to come out to 29.
According to the police report, during the chase, the teen ran multiple red lights and stop signs and even drove the wrong way on a city street. At one point, the vehicle reached speeds of up to 75 miles per hour in areas where the posted speed limit was only 35 to 40 miles per hour, posing a serious danger to other motorists.
Dispatch, make sure Santa Fe knows, and if they're going to make sure they're monitoring on our channel if they're in the area.
They are.
Despite multiple tactical vehicle intervention, TVI, attempts by officers to stop the truck, the driver continued fleeing.
West on 23rd, or east on 23rd, exactly what it is. Yeah, dual tire. TBI. Pin it.
During the second TVI attempt, he rammed into an unmarked police vehicle.
We're gonna be northbound, passing 32nd now.
Okay, start aiming at 20 or 33rd in short tail. Really ran that car, we're out of it. 7:30, we do not need anything.
After roughly 8 minutes and several miles, a third TVI maneuver successfully brought the pursuit to an end. The teen was then taken into custody.
31st and only.
On November 9th, 2024, officers Ganton and Williams were running an alcohol sobriety checkpoint when an SUV approached. Spotting the checkpoint, the driver hesitated, stopped briefly, then suddenly reversed course and fled the scene. The officers acted swiftly, executing a tactical maneuver that caused the SUV to spin a full 360 degrees. But rather than surrendering, the driver slammed the accelerator and kept escaping. A second attempt to stop the vehicle failed as the driver stubbornly refused to give in. Determined to evade the police, he pushed on. Ultimately, the officers skillfully boxed in the SUV, trapping it in a corner. After resisting at first, the driver, identified as Nicholas Koskin, raised his hands in surrender. He was promptly arrested for DUI and reckless driving, then taken into custody at Baxter County Jail.